Wow, okay, so literally just driven off the campsite from Mull. We've been down on the campsite for 2 days while we got a bit of work done. Driven off, came up to a place where you can see seagulls, and your very typical Scottish light is kicking off. It's kind of moving through a little bit now, but wow. Oh, hopefully a sign of things to come. Just trying to grab it quickly with the X100T, always with me camera. Gorgeous. It's about 6 AM. Coffee in hand. Guinness having a good scratch in her bed. And looks like it's going to be quite a nice morning, so I'm going to head outside and see whether we're actually parked above a little loch that maybe 5-10 minutes after sunrise I might get a little bit of light on it, kind of trees and maybe a little bit of sort of atmospheric conditions. There's also a little stone derelict building just up the way, might make for something as well, but yeah, so gonna have a quick cuppa and then we'll go out and see what we can find. Lovely peaceful night last night. Someone's getting up. Well, this is a bit nice. Wow, just beautiful. No idea what to photograph, but that's half the fun of visiting sort of newish locations. Now I've got two choices here. I can see a little path down to the water's edge. There's a fishing permit sign, so one would assume you can get right down to the loch's edge, but of course down at the loch's edge I may not get the same kind of view looking down, and vice versa, so I'm not quite sure. Anyway, we'll walk up as far as this little stone barn and we'll see what the viewpoint's like. Okay, so I'm not sure there's going to be much in the way of an image up here compared to what potentially is down there. Try to get down to the loch side and hope the path does indeed go all the way. Oh, this is just looking beautiful. But then I'm up here and I'm like, oh, maybe I don't know what to do. Fun times. Where you hope a path leads you somewhere nice, and also hoping that you don't spook a deer that's sleeping in the ferns. Okay, so definitely, I think, best decision to come down here. Beautiful conditions. About 10 minutes before sunrise. Well, I'll let the conditions speak for themselves. So there's a couple of little scenes I'm trying to do just before the sun kind of comes up. At the moment I'm not. I might start shooting. Obviously, the obvious composition here is this boat with a mist in behind it. And I might try to get one here, but just below me, still some lovely purple heather. And what really struck my eye was in certain, where I stand, you end up with the moon actually in the frame, which worked quite well. So lovely this purple heather, a couple of little reeds which is just starting to take on some of that pre-sunrise colour, and then of course the mist in the background. And then the only choice that I have is include or not to include any of the sky. When I'm including the sky, I'll fire off a couple of bracketed shots, but I actually like it without the sky in it. Now the sky looks like it could be quite interesting actually, once that sun comes up. But oh wow, this is gorgeous. I think I will actually shoot this boat just before the sun comes up. Still, and not a midgie in sight, which is good. Shh, don't wake them up. So right behind me here, just a gorgeous mixture of the heather, the autumnal ferns, and even some red berries in the tree. Now I kind of shooting towards where the sun is rising. So there's quite a dynamic range going on there, but I just love those mixtures of colours. And in fact, I might end up trying to come up with an image that doesn't include any of the background and just focus on this once that sun rises. So this is the kind of thing that I was looking for. It's one of the reasons why I really wanted to get away in the sort of shoulder season, so there was still some of that heather hanging on along with some autumnal colour. Absolutely beautiful. So got the 10 to 24 on. Sun, not sure if you can make that out, starting to rise, and we've got these lovely autumnal ferns. Oh, and by the way, doesn't normally appear in my photography videos, but someone's icing her ankle. Anyway, so that sun's about to pop over the horizon. At that point, rather than focusing into the sun, I'm going to start heading that way, but take another couple of images here, because that pre-sun, well, it's not pre-sunrise, but pre-sun, for me seeing it, is really starting to illuminate those lovely autumnal ferns. This is gorgeous. Literally that sun is about to pop up over. So now, for a little while at least, I'm going to start focusing on this direction. A couple of lovely little trees. Now I've got the wide angle on at the moment, so I'm probably going to put the 18 to 135 back on again and see whether we can start picking out little details in the landscape. Some gorgeous light happening. Let's do it. How much more Scottish could it get? Lochs, gorgeous light, mist, wee beasties, and somewhere over there, a big old stag roaring. Oh, right, I've actually got the big boy on. It's the 1-400, and I love this lens, and normally I'm shooting at handheld because the image stabilization on it is nothing short of some sort of black magic from Fuji. And again, the thing I love about the longer reach lenses is just pulling out some little details, and that area that I spoke about before with the different colours, the ambers, the greens, the purples, the reds. I'm actually just framing a little scene there with just a little bit of mist, in the hope that at the moment the sun has risen above the horizon, the visible horizon, but it's behind a bank of clouds. Looks like it will sort of be quite clear. Hopefully it'll be soft enough still to just illuminate that little scene. So beautiful. And a big old stag. So just very briefly, because that sun is now about to come up, quite a complex scene. Not a complex scene, but difficult composition, because there's about 3 or 4 different human elements in there that I'm trying not to include. One of them being our van. There's a van, there's a kind of a passing place sign, there's a fishery sign. So kind of include one, exclude the other, exclude that one, include the other one. So and of course there's that rope as well, which in one frame maybe works as a bit of a line, but in this one you really want to not have it. So all those little midges are coming out now, but the sun hopefully in the next 2 or 3 minutes is going to pop out from behind that cloud, and then we'll hopefully get a scene here, maybe 1 or 2 other scenes, and then I think I'll be back to the van for a coffee. I've just come up with the title of a new book for Scottish landscape photography: Light versus the Midge. Oh, waiting for the light. The midges know you're waiting for the light, and they're just going to go munch. Right, so I think now we are about to get that light. Still set up on this shot over here, but there's also some gorgeous shot over there if I can put the 400 on. But oh, these midge. Oh. Midge 1, photographer 0. Oh. So as you can see, the light came out, and of course what that meant was so did the midge. I hung around, got what I wanted to get. Don't get me wrong, I'd like to maybe stay out a little bit longer, but oh, the midge, the midge, the midge. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this little lochside ramble. Wow, beautiful. But now it's time for coffee. See you soon. Bye bye.